For the last chapter, we have Introduction to Tort Law. Introducing tort law. A tort is a civil wrong which involves a breach of legal duty. This duty is imposed by the law. Regardless of whether there is any contract parties may have voluntarily entered into, the injured party can bring a civil claim for damages such as monetary compensation. Introducing vicarious liability. An employer can be held responsible or vicariously liable under the law for a tort committed by his employee, meaning that the employer may be required to compensate the person who was injured by his employee's act or omission. The injured person has the option of suing both the employee and the employer for negligence. Here's an example. Piper went to Khalifa's salon to get her hair permed and root touched by hairdresser John Sins. After washing Piper's hair, hairdresser John used her hairdryer on her. However, the hairdryer is broken and has damaged insulation. John's carelessness has resulted Piper to have an electric shock and thus a scalp inflammation. As a result, Piper wants to sue Khalifa's salon due to the lack of professionalism and wants compensation. All four legal requirements must be present for the plaintiff to claim compensation from the defendant. Firstly, the defendant must owe the plaintiff a duty of care. John owes Piper a duty of care. It was John's duty to make sure that the equipment was in working condition before using it. Because of his inaction, he has injured his client. Secondly, defendant must breach that duty of care. John as a hairdresser did not check if the hairdryer was in proper working condition before using it on Piper. Therefore, he was not professional, resulting in a breach in his duty of care. Thirdly, the breach must have directly caused the plaintiff injury. John's breach of duty by not double-checking the equipment have caused Piper to get an electric shock and scalp inflammation. Lastly, the type of injury or loss suffered by the plaintiff must be reasonably foreseeable. Piper getting an electric shock and scalp inflammation is reasonably foreseeable. This is because the exposed wire from the damaged equipment is expected to get anyone an electric shock and injury. In conclusion, hairdresser John's employer will be held vicariously liable under the law for a tort committed by John. As John committed the tort in the course of his employment, there's high chances that John's employer will compensate Piper who was injured by John's inaction, and Piper has the option of suing both John and his employer for negligence. Since all four legal requirements for negligence are met for the above example, my opinion is that John's employer will be held vicariously liable and Piper can claim compensation from John's employer.